So you're thinking about selling your home, but winter is coming. Now, should you wait until spring to put your house on the market, or should you do it right away? Is it going to be harder to get your home sold or get the right price this winter? In this video, I'm going to be talking about things that you should consider when making a decision like this. And then we'll take a look at some historical data for the Toronto real estate market and see what the market has been like in the past few winters. With all the snow and bitter temperatures, it's natural for people to assume that selling a home in winter is less than ideal. While spring and fall are considered to be better for showcasing your home's curb appeal and are traditionally considered to be peak real estate season in Ontario, the truth is that homes continue to sell in the colder months. This is especially true because of the competitive real estate market. Many people may recommend that you wait to list your property to try to leverage the momentum that comes from the peak real estate seasons. However, it's worth noting that selling your home in the wintertime can just be as lucrative. I would even go as far as to say that if somebody takes the time to take a look at your property during the wintertime, they're really motivated buyers. Having said that, determining the right time to sell a property varies person to person, and it depends on their respective location and their circumstances. If you're looking to sell your home in the wintertime, here are some things you should be considering. So the first thing you should consider is the closing date. So there are advantages of listing your home in the wintertime so that your deal can close a few months later. When exactly do you want to be moving? Something you should also be thinking about is whether you want to buy your next home right away or do you want to wait a few months to buy. If you choose to wait till the springtime, realize that there will be more properties on the market that are competing with yours, but you will also have more choice when you're buying. If you're in a position to hold two properties simultaneously, you're going to have a lot of flexibility. However, for most people, this will involve bridge financing and will add on additional carrying cost until you can sell one and move on. Also, you should be thinking about public safety when you're selling your home in the wintertime. If you're looking to sell your home during the winter months, make sure that all the stairways and walkways are properly shoveled and well maintained so that the people that are touring the property can do so safely and avoid injury. Remember, you should also check if the snow from your roof also needs to be cleared. Another consideration is the vacancy of the home that you're selling. If you intend to close on another property and intend to leave your first home empty while it's being listed and shown to prospective buyers, you should still account for things like property insurance, utility fees, and snow removal. It is also essential for you to confirm with your insurance provider what you must do to continue to maintain the policy on an unoccupied house. I always suggest finding a real estate agent that you believe understands your needs and circumstances and can provide you amazing advice on how to showcase the outdoor features of your home when they're covered by the snow. Remember, people purchase and sell homes all year long in Canada. No one can truly guarantee you that waiting until spring or fall will lead to a higher sale price. So do your research and leverage the expertise and advice of a real estate agent and proceed with what works best for you. So let's take a look at some MLS data and see what home prices and inventory has looked like in the Toronto real estate market for the past few winters. So let's take a look at detached homes in Toronto and see how the winter months are comparing with the remainder of the year. So here I have is a graph, and you can see on the top, you can see a bar graph which shows the median home sale prices for a few years. We can see that there's blue bars which represents the winter months of December, January, and February, and the thickness of the bar here represents the number of sales that has happened for that particular month. So the thicker bar means there's more sales activity. On the bottom portion right here, we can see a line graph which represents the median days to sell. So that represents how long on average the home sits on the market before it sells. So a smaller number means the homes are selling very quick. Just keep in mind that this analysis is for detached homes in Toronto, and you should not be generalizing it for your property type and for your city. I really recommend that you speak with your agent to get a better understanding of your own unique situation. If we take a look at a few years back, we can see that the home prices for the winter months are not that different for the rest of the year. Here we can see 2021 and 2022 winter prices are almost the same as the remainder of the year. You will notice that the prices are going up gradually over time, and that is a combination of inflation and capital appreciation. And if you take a look at the bottom part, where you can see that for the winter months, they're selling relatively as quickly as they are in the remainder of the year. For the last couple of winters, we're seeing that trend. If we go back a few years, we are going to notice the market was not as competitive in the years of around 2017, 2018, and 2019, and we are starting to see a trend in the wintertime. For example, in December, we are seeing the days to sell is much higher for the month of December. So homes were taking a much longer time to sell. Although the prices are still relatively similar as the remainder of the year, December is slightly lower, but it's not by much. One trend that I am noticing for the past few winters is the prices in February tend to be higher than they are in January, and January prices tend to be higher than they are in December. So as the winter months progress, we do see the median home sale price increase, and we see the median days to sell. So the length of time it takes to sell a home lessens as winter goes on. So if I were to put a home for sale, a detached home in Toronto, I would still prefer to do it in February rather than December, just based on this stats alone. Obviously, you should still always do a comparative market analysis to understand the unique situation of your client's home. Another trend that I'm noticing is that when the market is not as competitive, we are seeing that the sale volume for the months of December and even January tend to be very small in comparison to the rest of the year. And if you combine that with the fact that the days to sell is really high for those months as well, it's safe to say that in the wintertime, the market does tend to be much slower than the remainder of the year when the market is not competitive. If you do take a look at a competitive time in the market like the last few winters, we are going to see these months are very indistinguishable than the non-winter months. So it really depends on the condition of the market in addition to the seasonality. Tell me in the comment section below why or why not would you personally choose to buy or sell in the wintertime. If you want to stay well informed about the real estate market, consider subscribing to my channel because I post videos just like this every single week. In case you didn't know, I'm an awesome real estate agent in Halton that loves to study data and help my clients make the best decision possible when purchasing or selling real estate in Halton. Email me at raj@rajful.com if you want to chat about your unique situation and see what I can do to help you out. If you found my video helpful, please hit the like button and also check out my video on the real estate trends that we're seeing in the Toronto real estate market. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep a close eye on the real estate market.